Hello everybody, my name is Harriet and I am the content producer for Secret Mode. Today I am just going to go through a few things that you might have missed while playing Wobbledogs. If you've never played Wobbledogs before, we do actually have another video which is what to expect in your first 10 minutes, which there should be a little pop-up for now. And this video is for maybe if you've played it a little bit more, maybe you're just getting into it, if you might have missed anything, this is the video for you. As always, remember that Wobbledogs is available to download on Steam right now, the link of which will be in the description below this video. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so because it really helps us out, and like this video, give it a thumbs up too. So I've just loaded into my game and all of my dogs are tired and bored. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to, because this room is a mess of dogs right now, so the first thing I'm going to show you is how to pick out the dog that you need to sort out. If you click on the dogs, it'll kind of take you to the room. When there's a mess of dogs, you can't really tell. But what you can do is just go on the dog icon and double click, and it'll take you to the dog like that. One of the other things that is, I mean this is really an obvious thing, but just in case you don't know what it means, you'll see the dog icons at the bottom there. Some of them have got Z's next to them, one of them is got like an anger symbol next to them. It just means that you can see that they are very critically low and they haven't slept. It might be because they're in an anti-gravity room, but if I just go to the actual dog, I can see matches hidden here with my double click. And we can essentially, by clicking on them and clicking more, we can make them sleep. So as you can see, Kiwi is a little bit bored right now, and there's a few ways that we can tackle this boredom. We can get them to watch TV, but did you know there's actually a much faster way of tackling the boredom? So I'm just going to go up here and onto pet, and that will essentially stop us from grabbing the dogs. And what we can do is hover over the dog and give them some scruffles like this, and you'll see that the boredom meter goes right up, shoots straight up, which is a really easy way of tackling your bored puppies. The other thing that you might not know about is how different foods give different levels of hunger. So say, for example, I go to a chip here and feed, Olive is quite hungry, so feed Olive the chip. I'm just going to drag it over to Olive and get Olive to eat it. Give her a little help, there we go. You can see that that has broken up after 2 and it really hasn't moved the meter up, whereas if I change it to maybe lasagna, and this better be right now, you'll see, yeah, you'll see that her food meter goes up significantly. So just in case you're feeding your dog something and it's just still staying hungry all of the time, do bear in mind that different foods give different levels of hunger. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is the mutation process, or how you can basically level up your mutations. This is actually very secret, but it's very simple and easy to do. You essentially just want to click onto pet, which is in the top left corner here, and pet the cocoon. You'll see a heart fills up and you get a mutation up thing that comes up. Essentially what that means is that your dog has a higher chance of getting different mutations. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is dog dens. So you can see this dog den here. I'm not a big fan of its placement. So in the bottom right, if you just go onto this little fence tab, you can actually move your dog houses around, rotate them, and you can also shrink them. This is actually really useful if your den was taking up a lot of the UI space, which mine was. It doesn't actually affect the inside of the doghouse at all either. So that is something else to bear in mind. The other thing that I would absolutely recommend doing is getting your dogs to dig holes. Now they do this when they're trying to build their dens anyway, but you can get them to find things. Now this can be den upgrades, which is really cool. You can see my den upgrade there is just not the mud one. But if I get Apple to just do some digging and just try and dig a hole, I'll get them to dig again. If you just get them to do some digging, then they can find all sorts of things. They can find toys, they can find seeds, and yes, they can find den upgrades. So do get your dogs to dig if they're not digging often enough. The next thing is, again, might be a little bit more obvious, but when you enter the breeding sim, you can see at the top that there is a simulation stability, and if you keep crossbreeding your dogs, that simulation stability can go down. It will go down if you keep crossbreeding your dogs. So I'm just going to speed through this example here. So you can see that the simulation stability at the top there, the number is going further and further down. You can get this to 0%, which is what I'm going to show you now. And if you get to 0%, that is the best chance you have of getting wings. And while you can't breed past 0%, you can keep crossbreeding them on 0% and keep trying until you get a tiny litter, and that will give you the best chance of getting wings for your dogs. The second to last thing that I'd like to show you is how to import your dogs. So I've gone up here to the doghouse icon, and if you import your dogs, I've got kind of some, my dogs are a little bit basic here, but if you import your dogs, you can have dogs with a little bit of extra seasoning. So the best thing to do with that is to go into Steam and go into Community Hub. And I like to have a look through the discussions. There's always some unusual dog codes in the discussion board. I'm just going to put in a random one just to give you an idea of how this works. So I'm just using Control-C to copy this dog code. I'm going to go on Import Dog and press Paste, and it does it for me. I press Import, and there we go. We have an imported dog. Let's have a look. Oh no, oh my god, it's a monstrosity. Oh no, oh, its existence is pain. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm going to select Bring Out, and there it is. It's now our responsibility to take care of. Finally, did you know that if you press F6 on your keyboard, you can actually take pictures of your dogs, you can take screenshots, you can turn the UI off, you can have high res, you can even add some blur on it by changing the focal length and the aperture. So if you do want some nice pictures of your dogs, then this actually saves it to a local file on your PC as well, which I will show you in a second. I'm just going to take a little picture of Pillow over here. Gorgeous. So if I go into browse screenshots, you can see that it's saved in a local file up here under the Wobbledogs data file, and you can move it into, an easier to find file if you want to cut and paste it or copy and paste it into an easier to find file. But it makes it super easy to actually find your screenshots by just opening up browse in the game. Anyway, that is everything from me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am going to be doing more Wobbledogs content on this. I am definitely going to do a video on importing a little bit more detail in that, and maybe just import some random dogs for the community. So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and press that notification bell, you will be notified of when videos go live. That can be anything from new game releases, new game trailers, to things like this. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!